It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Of course, it is our mission to try to bring you some news you could use. Today is no exception to that rule. You can follow me on X at the Mike Prince Show. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And be sure to check out our 24-hour stream by way of our website at obnradio.com. And with all that being established, let us jump into today's episode. We are 12 days away from the official kickoff of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, the MIA.mp3 Challenge featuring Jackson State and South Carolina State. What will be the final outcome? That yet remains to be seen. We also are 19 days away from the 38th annual Labor Day Classic between the Prairie View A&M University Panthers and the Texas Southern Tigers. What will become of that game? That also yet to be determined. So much involved in such a short time, and in between all of that, we still have the start of soccer season as well as volleyball season. So it is truly revving up in the Southwestern Athletic Conference and throughout the rest of the country as we get ready for our fall sports. Students moving in over the weekend, the buzz and the excitement of the freshman class is throughout all the atmosphere. And before you know it, you'll hear the whistles blowing and the bands are playing as we gather around the pigskin and the courts and the pitches of everything that kicks off our fall season. We know that the coaches and SIDs have done their early projections of how the East and West will be worn, and going over our tally here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, it's going to be looking pretty challenging for a couple of schools this season, according to our early preseason picks. And one in particular is that of JSU, the I Love. Now, before JSU, the I Love fan base get all out of whack, I'm just looking at this thing from a natural order. And when I say a natural order, what has been happening on and off the field since the departure of Deion Sanders. And the numbers that we're looking at, it's really somewhat bleak. And we'll be breaking that down later on throughout the course of this week. We did have these projections with Ben, Jack, and myself, and everybody that listens on a regular know that Brother Ben was definitely out of whack with how Prairie View was projected from the coaches and the SIDs. And we know that it's all about guesswork anyway, and no one has a true crystal ball. But when I come up with some of the reasons on why I pick what I pick, maybe, just maybe, it'll make some sense to you. But meanwhile, we got so much to be looking forward to. If you didn't get a chance, we heard from Coach Pettaway over the weekend on the Zone episode. A lot of interesting facts that he poured out. And, of course, Heish Northern on the breakdown on Friday. So much information that he was pouring out. And, of course, we heard from the newly hired athletic director at Prairie View A&M University, Mr. Anton Goff, and a whole lot more. And as I was reflecting on the press conference for Prairie View's new athletic director, it dawned upon me, where was the Houston press? Where was the Houston media? And the last I checked, Prairie View is just as far as to Houston as Houston is to Prairie View. But yet, there was, at least to my understanding, no Houston media presentation or representation. Now, KBTX out of College Station, which, by the way, technically is about 8 miles further from the campus of Prairie View than the city limits of Houston, Texas. Yet they had representation there, but no Houston media. I wonder, just wonder, is that by choice or did it happen to be by coincidence? And I can hear it right now, all the multiple excuses. Well, it was on a Thursday. It was at 3 o'clock at the apex of traffic coming out of Houston, and it was just too cumbersome to try to make it out there. Yeah, heard it before. Got the T-shirt to prove it. But in my world of understanding, right is going to always be right, and fair is going to always be fair. Which further proves my point that Houston has so much involved within the city limits of itself, and I do understand the importance of the capacity of Houston, the fourth largest media market in the country, and that is absolutely great, fantastic news. But sometimes we have to look ourselves in the mirror, understand not necessarily who we are, but where we are, and adjust and take care of the things that are definitely within reach and our control. But nevertheless, I'll save that for another day. Meanwhile, we want to let you guys know that we'll be releasing our broadcast coverage schedule for the 2023 season, which will include, of course, our local high schools of Hempstead, Waller, and Royal, and our beloved Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Mark your calendars for September the 1st, which will be the start of our listening partner fundraising campaign. Starting off September 1st to the 4th, we'll have our popcorn sales, and when you make a purchase of some of this beautiful gourmet popcorn by Double Good Popcorn, it will actually help us raise the necessary funding for us to continue to give you game coverage, daily broadcast coverage, interviews, and a whole lot more. So be sure to join forces with us starting September 1st through the 4th as we do our annual listening partner drive. I am getting ready to exit stage left for today, but we have a lot in store for you on this week. So be sure to join us here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network by clicking on the Listen Live stream. Well, not the Listen Live stream, but the 24-hour stream. By submitting that button, you will be able to catch up with exclusive content and interviews, and of course with our daily release of the show through YouTube by subscribing to the channel of Open Mic Broadcast Network. Hit that bell notification, and that way you will never miss an episode that is being released. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. My time has come where I must exit stage left. So until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.